Hey there, Roger Burnley, vocal coach here. I'm here in Hollywood in my studio and I have an answer to a question that someone sent that's going to help absolutely everyone. Even though this was kind of directed at teenagers, because a teenager asked this one and they said, I understand that when you're a teenager or in that adolescent stage that your voice goes through a change. So I am so happy that you understand that, because that's very astute of you to notice that. Yes, and it would be so great if kids younger would start taking training. Let me tell you why. When you are younger, you can pretty much go through your entire range without any effort at all. As we start to get older, our voices start to mature a little bit. I'd like for you to think of it this way. They start to get a little bit heavier. Just have that idea that your voice or your vocal cords start to get a little bit heavier. So think of this. Your vocal cords are inside here. This is your larynx or your voice box. They're attached this way. When I'm a kid, I can just go take those notes up, not think about it. As I get older, as that weight starts to come in, then what happens is I'm feeling a little blocked, and then I think I need to push to try to get to those upper notes. That's where the strain starts to come in, because then what happens is I'm pushing my larynx out of place. I'm causing the cords to come together in an unnatural way. This is why people start to get hoarse or get hoarseness or inflammation and start to cause really, strange vocal problems. So it's not just teenagers. Everyone needs to pay attention to this. So I'm going to show you, give you a little idea. So, again, as you start to change, understand as your voice starts to change, you have these different sections that you're going to start to reach in your range. We call them breaks. You're going to start to know how to navigate through them. So I'm going to do something very simple, which is this lip trill. Now, when you're doing this, when you're practicing it first, resist. Do not push. When you start to feel yourself getting blocked, stop. Over time, you will get through your ranges without pushing that way. Let me show what I'm talking about. Now I'm focusing this way. I'm hearing all of my notes going this way, right? Okay. In the beginning, you may want to use your hands here and push up, because it'll be a little bit easier, especially for you to find where you can keep that trill working, okay? Now, then what happens when I get to this part of my range? Right there. Instead of trying to push it there because I feel that blockage, I'm letting it go this way. Pay attention to this. I'm letting go. And as you're doing that, have this idea, this mental idea, that what's happening underneath here, your vocal cords are just getting smaller. They're just getting thinner, and you're able to hit those notes easier. So that's what you're going to do. You're just going to practice that way. You're going to start to notice that you're controlling your voice a lot more without pushing. This is a great thing to develop at any age, but especially when you're in that adolescent stage or a teenager and starting to develop your voice. As your voice starts to change, you really need to develop these great habits so you don't end up with vocal damage later in your life. Hope that helps you, and I'll see you guys real soon.